Holy shit. Hey, gun people. Wow. When I was watching this pursuit, this is a 31-minute video. So when I was watching, and I stopped it right here, so I don't even know what happens at the end here. But look, I thought these cops were doing a pretty good job, did a lot of things right until about right here. So I have no idea how many rounds were fired, but there were some people doing some mag dumps. Let's get to the start of this. Okay, so this cluster starts with a unclear 911 call. The dispatcher, I think, is doing a pretty good job trying to dig information off this guy. I'm going to speed it up for the 911 call, so it'll be faster.
There was like an off-security in here that made a call just a second ago, but I don't know.
Sorry, you sound very far away from the phone. I can hardly hear you.
There was an off-security guard in here when he was stealing. And,
So he was stealing inside the store first?
yeah, he took off, yeah.
Okay, do you know what he stole?
Alcohol.
Okay.
That was the kid.
Okay, so the reason why she has to know what he stole is usually there's a dollar value on whether it's a felony or misdemeanor. Now, if you go in a store with intent to steal, it's a felony anyway. But since we don't know that, stealing is normally a misdemeanor unless it's above a certain dollar amount, or it's a weapon, or there was violence or force used. So she's trying to get this so the call will be prioritized so they know when units respond what level of force, how priority it is, how many units do we send, and etc. So that's what she's doing here, and I think she's doing a pretty good job.
Vandalizing someone's car.
And is that in the parking lot, or where is that?
Yeah, it's in the parking lot right now. It's right here.
And how are they vandalizing it?
I'm not really too sure, but he's like walking around the vehicle. He's walking around the vehicle.
So he says vandalizing, and now he says he's just walking around it.
Okay, is he walking around it or vandalizing it? Like, has he broken anything, touched anything?
He's taking off now.
What direction?
He's still in the parking lot.
See, this guy's very, very unclear. So she's typing and trying to get good information. Is he leaving on foot? I mean, this caller could have went, look, he's walking around a parking lot. He's walking around vehicles. He's still in the parking lot. Here's our, but it's just, whatever. They don't teach them how to call in 211s at 7-Eleven. I guess it doesn't happen frequent enough.
Okay.
He just got out again.
What does he look like?
Black sweatshirt. He's wearing shorts.
What color shorts?
Tannish.
This guy says tannish shorts. These shorts are as red can be.
Red.
Sorry, tan or red?
Red. And he has a pickup truck, and it's,
So is he getting in his vehicle, or is he still on foot?
he keeps getting out and in his vehicle.
Okay. And what color is the truck?
It is like a gray, black, and then a white tailgate pickup.
Okay. And can you see the license plate on it?
No, I can't.
Okay. And can you see if he's white, black, Hispanic, Asian?
White.
Okay. About how old would you say?
Late 20.
Okay. About how tall?
5, 6 foot.
Okay.
5, 6 foot.
Okay. About how tall?
5, 6 foot.
So 5 or 6 foot is a pretty, a 5 foot person compared to 6 foot person is pretty different. But again, trying to get the best information. That's why cops can't always rely on what they're being told.
Okay. And would you say thin, medium, or heavy build?
Medium build.
Okay. And is he still in the parking lot, or is he in his vehicle?
Yeah, he's still in the parking lot. He's in the back, like, towards back in the pickup.
So there's that guy with our red shorts. I'm sorry, black black sweatshirt with tan shorts. Really? Oh, I guess they do look a little tan there. Oh, they look tan there. All right. So, his vehicle description, obviously I would have put it out as a jacked up truck. The rear part is painted white. The front part is painted black, dark color. Got chrome wheels. But anyway. So we're still kind of speed up mode, and the cops show up and try to stop him here.
He's taking off.
Okay, so this pursuit goes on for quite a while. The guy ends up taking a turn, and the cops here are doing a pretty good job calling it. They're calm. They got several units. They're calling out the speed. They're calling out the direction. They didn't call out a couple violations. I always like to call out my violations when I'm chasing somebody, because when I'm doing my report later, I can tell where he ran a stop sign, where he ran this, what his speed is, etc. And then I get a copy of the tape. And then when I'm writing my report, and I'm doing, anytime I did a pursuit, I always did attached a map with a diagram of the pursuit. And then I could, once I got the map on where it initiated, where it ended, I would draw a line, I would highlight it, I'd put it on a paint program, whatever. So, I mean, if I got in a pursuit, because pursuits can get a guy a lot of time, especially if they're endangering somebody or it was a long pursuit. So the odds of you going to court when they're facing a lot of exposure on time is higher. So you want to be a little more detailed in your report.
10-4. Dermody, 35 miles per hour, towards a dead end.
Copy.
We're up.
Okay, so they hit this dead end here, which is pretty good, and they try to talk to him. Now, remember, the reason for this pursuit is he stole some stuff, and maybe stole some alcohol, and he ran from the cops. So they've ran his plate, and when they ran his plate, they ran his criminal history, which is good. The dispatcher did it actually in this case to where the cops didn't ask. Anytime I ran a plate, I would always tell dispatch, run the RO of this vehicle with an approximate age of 25, and it'll hit him up or down 5 years. And that way, if he's 20 or 30, it'll pick him up. And see if you can pull him up, see if he's got warrants. Because normally when they're running, they have warrants. So if I'm chasing him for a misdemeanor, and I get his plate, and the RO comes back to this person, then they run it, and they go, oh, the RO has an outstanding felony warrant for murder. Well, that changes my pursuit, even though it started as a shoplifting. So you want to have that information. Well, they ran his, and it came back with assault with a deadly weapon and eluding police. So they know he's a runner, and they know he's done assault with a deadly weapon. It didn't say with a gun. It said assault with a deadly weapon. Could have been a bat. Could have been his... he could have kicked somebody in the head with his foot. But anyway, so here they go into talking to him, and I thought they did a pretty good job. So I'm going to put it back down to normal here.
We're at a dead end now.
Copy, dead end on Dermody.
So again, during this whole pursuit, if you want to go watch it, I thought the cops did a really good job. They were professional. They weren't out of control. They weren't screaming. They weren't trying to pass each other. They weren't endangering. It's at night. There's not a lot of traffic. I thought they did a pretty good job. They were reporting it. The sergeant was there. At one point, the lieutenant or sergeant says, terminate this pursuit. As soon as he started going the wrong way in traffic, he was going to terminate the pursuit. But because he pulled up into the right road, they continued.
Get your fucking hands up!
Okay, so it starts off, they're jacked up. Remember I tell you, the person involved in the pursuit is always kind of emotionally involved, and it's usually better. In a minute, another guy, and there's a caption that says it's a hostage negotiator trained, and all that means is you go through something. I mean, I was a hostage negotiator, but, you go through a couple weeks class, and they teach you how to talk to people and how not to jack them up. This guy, I don't know what class he went through, but he was calling him bud and buddy and thing. You don't really want to do that because you can jack them up. But anyway, the guy that's talking to him is calm and trying to reason with him. Again, I think they did a good job.
Get out of the vehicle now! Step out of the vehicle! Step out!
So right here, it sounds bad. It looks like they kind of lost it. You had a couple guys yelling, step out, show your hands. And then they calm down and they get it together.
Step out! Let me see your fucking hands! Now! Let me see your hands!
Copy, command.
Open the door and step out! Get out of the truck! No, get the fuck out of here!
Get out.
Get out of the truck, man!
Comply with command.
Get out of the truck!
Okay, so here they've caught their breath. The chase is over. The sirens are off. That adrenaline pump is kind of calming down, and they get reasonable.
All right, well, we can talk out here as soon as you listen to my commands, man.
Still refusing to get out of this truck.
Hey, man, you know I can't do that, man. Come on, you can step out for me and we can talk about it. Come on, man, step out for me, man.
So this is pretty common. I can't tell you the number of times that I've stopped people and they act like I have all this information that I don't have a freaking clue what they're talking about. This guy is like, you know why it's happening. You know what's going on. You know me. They swear them down. You know them. You target them. Sometimes it's meth paranoid talking. And sometimes these people just think they are so freaking important that every cop knows who they are. And so this guy, and I mean, this isn't an isolated thing. Any cop that's out there that's handled a lot of pursuits or a lot of chases or dealt with a lot of shit, they always think that you've been following and targeting them and that you have all this information and it's some personal thing, vendetta that you're doing to him. It's just a luck of the draw. I don't know why, but the one thing they didn't do is later when the hostage negotiators start talking to him, they kind of confirm his identity. To me, I think confirming the identity is key here. We have him on camera. We have his plate. If he gives us the name that he's the RO and this is truck and we know who he is, if he takes off again, we can go, you know what? We know who he is. We'll pick him up tomorrow. Have a couple units go by his house. We're going to stake out his house. He's going to go home. When he goes in, we'll kick the door and go in and get him. I mean, there's no reason to keep chasing this guy other than it's kind of fun.